What's up? How's the Legion of Comic Collectors doing tonight? Welcome back to another episode of Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. I, of course, am the comic collector, and I'm joined by my two buddies. Let's see if I do this right. Nope. Over here, we got Magic Lasso. What's up?
See, now I'm pointing back at you.
You always get it wrong on
Yep.
laptops. And then down here, my other
Pretty
buddy,
easy.
Tony Fett. What is up,
I'm
sir?
beneath everybody all the time.
We're gonna have a pretty cool show tonight. We're reviewing a Doom Patrol story from Showcase. We're putting off the I guess you could say the scheduled stories until Comic Food comes back. And we have Walmart mystery packs we're gonna open, as well as I think trivia from Magic Lasso.
Oh no. I guess I better start working on that.
You put people right on the spot. So let's jump right into the chat. We have Comic Food here, who I believe he said was in the Fanboys chat, said something about some sort of love fest that he's at this weekend.
Some kind of weird convention for
yeah,
whatever.
And then he wanted an excused absence.
Yeah. Poor Mike is in the chat. What's up, man? Warlord, what's going on, good sir? And I think that's everybody so far. So thank you for everyone joining. And I always forget to say this till the end of the show, so I'm gonna say it first tonight. Links to everyone, including Comic Foo, who is not here. Everyone on this panel is in the description. Go check these channels out if you have not, if you're watching us live or on the replay. One, because they all are great channels with good content. And two, because if you like this show, you need to be subbed to all of us, because this rotates between all of our channels. So now that that's out of the way, and I actually remembered at the beginning of the show, what's going on with news, gentlemen? Anything going on?
It's been an interesting time. In the actual comic book world, the new Black Adam series is going to be written by Christopher Priest.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, he did great on Deathstroke, so I'm pretty excited.
He did good on Justice League for Rebirth too.
Yep. Jeff Johns is possibly signing on back at DC full time. So that would be great. Someone that could turn the ship around.
Does that mean that all the CW
brings hope?
I was going to say, does that mean that all the CW shows are getting canceled, so he needs a job now?
Well, he wasn't he just the producer on those shows?
Like, I think he was I think he was just like some type of contributing.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a whole lot of creativity. Yeah,
Stargirl, I know he was heavily involved in.
Yes, he did have a lot of creativity.
Made that, which is probably why it was actually good. The other shows, I think it was just like a fancy title. Like he got to be a big wig, and they would ask him questions, but I don't think he directly influenced any of it outside of Stargirl. So, because I know that's how it was with the Green Lantern movie. There's no way he had any hand in writing that.
The Discovery Warner Brothers merger allegedly is going to finalize April 11th.
Yes.
So hopefully that happens soon, and we can start getting some quality content out.
That's weird. My StreamYard isn't scrolling down as the comments come in. I keep noticing that the bar is way up at the top. So sorry if I'm missing everyone as they come in. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of articles about the Discovery merger just in hopes that someone might say something about DC Comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is basically what we've been waiting for. The deal was made a year ago. It had to be approved by Congress, and then it was just now approved by the stockholders. So all that's really left is paperwork, but it's going to happen. And then we'll see exactly what's going to happen. I mean, going back to them being kicked out of the offices is never a good sign. It could just simply be them saving money. I mean, they're still paying on that building even if DC's not in it. But we really don't know at all what plans Discovery has for DC Comics, if any. So,
One of the things that the head of this merger is going to be David Zaslav, I think that's how you say his name. And he said the people over at DC, he didn't specify comics or movies, he just said DC, are in positions only because that they're friends with people in higher positions. Those are the first people that are going to go.
yeah,
You have to be there. In this quote, he says you have to be there based off of merit. If you're there because you know someone, you're out.
One things they've said about Discovery and their staff is that they're extremely loyal to each other, the Discovery uppers. So that doesn't spell well for anyone being merged in that isn't part of that close-knit group. One interesting thing, just like with the AT&T merger, another one of the first things out of their mouths is talking about making the super app to compete with Netflix that Discovery and HBO, Warner, all of those, TV show movies are going to be combined onto an app. So that pretty much has been the driving force the last 2 times DC's been sold. They're just owned by a company being bought because, they want those streaming rights.
Yeah, I'm curious. I really want to get this Warner Brothers Discovery merger in full motion here. I'm very curious to see what's going to come out of it. For the comic book side and the movie side. Movie side, I think they're in much better hands with Discovery at the helm versus AT&T, because AT&T don't know nothing about nothing except telephones.
I think James Gunn has been doing good.
James Gunn has been doing great, but I don't think that was AT&T's doing to bring him in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't give them. I mean, maybe they did. I have no idea. But if they did do it, it was a great decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have any say in that. Hopefully they turn this around. I'm very excited. So we'll see April 11th. Buy your Warner Brothers stock now.
Any other news tidbits out there?
I think that's it for me. That's all I saw.
Yeah, I mean, Peacemaker's been renewed for season 2, but that's not a surprise.
Yeah,
that was a huge hit.
I think I saw, believe it or not, the Flash has been renewed.
Flash has been renewed. I believe Flash and Superman and Lois are the only CW shows that have been confirmed for a renewal. It is pretty much rumored, though, that Flash will be renewed, but next season, more than likely, will be its final season.
Okay.
Really?
But it does, with it being renewed, it will be the longest show in the Arrowverse television side.
I tell you what, for being generous, for a series of shows that maybe 1/3 of it was actually good, they got one hell of a run out of their shows. You know what I mean? Like, they really milked it. So if that's all we have for news, let's just jump right into the trivia. What do you got for us, Lasso? I'm just playing.
Oh, wasn't quite.
I'm just messing with you.
We were doing that at this portion. So let's start out with this. Who are the core members of the original Doom Patrol?
Negative Man.
Negative Man. Mr.
Robot Man.
Or Robot. Robot Man, the robot guy. Chief. Not Chief.
Yeah, okay. Chief Niles Calder is Chief, yeah.
Beast Boy? Is he part of the original?
He came in shortly after, but yeah.
See, I don't know the
Elastigirl
name. Is it Elastigirl?
Yeah. Geez, I don't know. Don't know.
Mento.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would explain me not knowing who some of these people are.
We mentioned Doom Patrol because we're reviewing a Doom Patrol story. What's interesting about this story, this is the first attempted reboot of the Doom Patrol. So the Doom Patrol ended, I want to say it was issue 121, and that was their final issue. And essentially, it appeared that they died at the end of that issue. Now, in comic book time, a few months have passed between that event and the story that we're going to review tonight. However, in real time, it was 9 years.
Jeez.
Holy moly.
That's a long time.
But I
Yeah.
thought my wife made me a cup of water, and I was just surprised.
So this is a
Oh.
showcase story where essentially they were rebooting the Doom Patrol, and the Doom Patrol has been rebooted a couple times, but these are the ones I want to say. Essentially, I want to call them the forgotten Doom Patrol because they're not the ones that people remember much at all. And then later on, the originals would come back.
Here's a question I have for you, because you would know this better than me. What relation, if any, does this Robot Man have to the All-Star Squadron one?
Just an Earth 1, Earth 2 deal.
Earth 1 or 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know a little bit about the Earth 2 one.
Yeah.
And I guess I was aware this one existed, but never really thought about it till I was reading today.
Yeah, just an Earth 1, Earth 2 type scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
But
guys
good
want to
question.
jump right on in?
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull
Gotta
this
pull mine up.
So I took issue 94. This is in see if I can get rid of the pop-ups. This is showcase issues 94 through 96 we'll be doing tonight. Oh, sorry. So of course we see here's a glimpse of what is this new Doom Patrol, right? That's the opening page. And we basically go to the Doom Patrol or on their ship here.
Warlord asked if I liked my keychain. Yes and no. I liked it because I'm supporting Warlord, and that's always a great cause. But now it's like this little sliver. Like when you get like a little chunk of something on your nail and you can't quite get it out. That's what it feels like when I carry around that keychain because I put it on my keys.
He loves it.
Are you able to share your screen?
Oh, it's not sharing?
No.
All right, so hold on. I'm sorry. I'm really not used to this, as you guys can tell.
It's his first day. Bear with him.
Yep. It's only the second time I've ever shared a screen on Fanboys. All right, here we go. Nope, that didn't work.
It should be on the bottom as if you're going to add a new user in.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
There, it looks like it's going to go now.
All right, there we go.
There we
All
go.
right. Hold on. So let me back up here.
Take her from the top.
Show you the cover here.
I love the cover. I think this is the strongest of the three covers.
You know who's the cover artist on all three of these?
Is it who did the interiors?
Yes.
You could be in the Superman movie. So like I said, when I thought I was sharing the screen, here's the quick glimpse at the Doom Patrol we know nothing of. And we jump into the story. And we basically see the Doom Patrol proper on their ship when they're being attacked. Negative Man goes out, takes out some of these helicopters, but basically they wind up crashing. And they're on this desert island. It moves pretty quick, almost a little hard to follow, but they're on this island now, and they're being given an ultimatum by what I believe are Germans. And they're basically like, we can flip one switch, it's going to blow this island up, killing you all. Or we could flip another switch, and I forget where they said it was, like a town in New England or something is going to blow up.
Town.
So, like, are you really the heroes you claim to be? And they're basically like, you know what, just do it, blow us up. And they do. And I thought this was a weird story for Lasso to pick because it just ends right here.
That's a recap of essentially of the
what
last issue of Doom Patrol.
See, that makes a little bit more sense because I'm like, man, that moved kind of quick. But if it was something you're supposed to know already, okay. And it says epilogue. All right, making more sense. So we flash forward to the present, and we see a battered Robot Man, floating as debris in the sea. I thought this was weird too. A guy pulls him out, but they don't really emphasize it. Just all of a sudden, here's Robot Man in disguise going back to the Doom Patrol's base. So a little choppy at the beginning. It threw me off. I kind of had to double read it. But here he is in his base, and he's missing his crew, thinking about this big clean house with nobody in it, thinking about revenge, when all of a sudden he goes upstairs and he isn't alone. Here are these people we saw from the beginning, and in true slapstick fashion of back in the day, he immediately gets angry and starts fighting with them. So you start to see their powers. What was this guy's name? This is the one I forget because he's different. Tempest, right? You see his Tempest powers, which reminds me also of the Young All-Stars had a Tempest with similar powers. And then he fights the girl, and I forget her name too. Either way, Celsius uses ice powers on him. I guess the only one I really remember is the one with the same powers as the other one. And then he comes into contact with the girl with the same powers as Negative Man. So Negative Girl hits him with the similar powers. And that finally calms him down because they knocked him out and didn't do nothing to him. So he'll listen to them. And basically their thing is sort of like, we're the Doom Patrol because we know about them and want to be the Doom Patrol. And there's this big bad villain we must stop. We get an interlude. And we see that these people want to find this girl, who I believe is one of that new Doom Patrol, before the Russians get to her. Back to the mansion. And what was this villain's name?
Mortis.
They're basically talking about him, why they deserve to be the Doom Patrol. When lo and behold, this issue does move pretty quick. That villain and his army attacks, ripping into the Doom Patrol mansion. So of course everybody goes into action. We see Robot Man literally swinging one of the guys around, hitting others with him, using his super strength, smashing a gun, punching another, catching a grenade and just letting it blow up in his hand. I was a big fan of the Robot Man from the All-Star Squadron, so I immediately like this one. We see Tempest catch a karate chop and use his Tempest powers here to save his teammate. We then see Negative Woman start using her powers. And while she's doing that, the big baddie captures her body and is basically taking her hostage here. You see her has her wrapped in this goo that negates her powers. Celsius attacks and he deflects it. And basically he takes off with them and hits them with noxious fumes and takes off with Negative Woman. I keep pausing because I want to call her Phantom Woman. And that's where my issue ends.
Did anybody else read these stories? But in your head, like when you're reading lines from Robot Man, I hear Brandon Fraser
copy
in my head.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Let me pull up the next issue while you guys.
While you're doing that, I'll throw some trivia out there. The Doom Patrol has been likened to be the DC version of what Marvel character or characters?
X-Men.
Fantastic Four?
No, X-Men. And the reason behind that is there's 4 reasons. Both of them have a character named Celsius. Both started in the summer of 1963. Their first appearances were both in the summer of 63.
Really?
They're both led by a brilliant man in a wheelchair, and both are about a group of outcasts.
Both have Cable in them.
Yeah, that's true. So I will cover the next issue, showcase number 95. Get a look at the cover here.
We have it. We have it up. All right. So were these guys, I know it was in Showcase, but were they maybe a victim of the DC implosion?
I think they were a victim before it even got started, because the implosion happened pretty soon after that. But here in this story, as you see, as we start out, Immortus is trying to extract the immortality serum formula from the mind of Celsius, while the rest of the Doom Patrollers remain chained and locked up, witnessing this event. So Robot Man starts making threats against Immortus, and then we get a little bit of a flashback, essentially, to what happened in last issue, all the events of last issue. Robot Man is able to break free and then frees Tempest. Tempest goes to free Negative Woman, while Robot Man takes on Immortus's guards. Robot Man gets defeated by Immortus, and the Doom Patrol becomes chained once again. As
Man, look at
Immortus,
those candy bars.
yeah, oh yeah, I could go with one. As Immortus uses his Psycho Probe on Celsius, we start to get her origin, and images from her past appear upon on his screen. Her name is Arane, and she is an orphan who stumbles into a Red Cross hospital in India. She's sick, and she ends up getting treated by Niles Calder. They fall in love, and after she heals, she has no place to go. So Niles leaves her with a religious sector because he doesn't have enough money to take her with him to the States, but he vows to return and make her his bride. So while the years pass, Arane studies and discovers hidden powers which lay dormant inside of her. These powers are discovered and then mastered. Eventually, Niles Calder returned to India. Immortus had, his identity unknown to Calder, supplied him with an unlimited funds to research and develop an immortality serum. Niles is wary of unleashing such a serum on the world until he knew who his mysterious benefactor is revealed, and ends up making the serum a wedding gift to Arane. So we cut to this interlude. It happens in Midtown, USA, where an American intelligence agent stakes out the Doom Patrol headquarters on the trails of Negative Woman. We then come back to the main story, and we watch the Doom Patrol watching the torture that Celsius is going through. And we get this really cool page, I think it might be the next one, where no one even speaks, but you get so much great emotion throughout that page. That's the page right there. No word balloons at all in this page, but it certainly conveys what's going on. I love that page.
I think that's good comic art, that you don't need a ton of words to tell a good comic story.
That goes to show that the artist did their job, which is Joe Staten. Finally, Tempest breaks free, but at that moment, Immortus has discovered the information about the immortality serum that he wanted from Celsius's mind. The others are freed while Immortus escapes. When Robot Man breaks through the wall, they realize that they're on the surface of the moon. So Celsius plugs the hole with her ice powers to avoid them ending up in space. They go after Immortus inside of the space and tangle with his guards, and when they find him, they witness him drinking the immortality serum, and he instantly starts de-aging right before their eyes. So we have a second interlude while this is going on. The U.S. intelligence agent has entered the Doom Patrol headquarters and is evading all of the automated traps set to stop an intruder. Back to the main story. Immortus troops don't even recognize him now that he has de-aged so quickly. And the control base for the headquarters gets damaged and everyone starts to evacuate. Doom Patrol notices Immortus's youth disappearing as he starts to re-age at a very rapid rate. They take off in a ship as the control base explodes. They think he certainly can't survive that. In the ship, Celsius reveals the serum had to be adjusted to an individual's body chemistry. Immortus had not taken that into account when he consumed the serum, which is why it wasn't effective for him. Eventually, the team reaches home and enters Doom Patrol headquarters to find the U.S. intelligence agent waiting for them with a gun pointed at Negative Woman.
I think I somehow missed the second interlude. I went all the way to the end looking for it.
The second one was in the same page as the main story. It was just on like 2 or 3 side panels divided in a page.
And look at this. DC profiles Julius Schwartz. And those some good days there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me bring up the third one.
Yeah, I'm going to end things here with issue 96.
Let me double check the chat before
Yeah.
we do that. I see Connors here and Copy. I just mentioned it. I mentioned it in one message, so I don't blame him.
Yeah, one thing I
1
want to point out
here.
with this particular run is I dig all the ads in the middle of the story. I love these old ads,
Oh, me
especially
too.
when they're like, for like, hey, send us $1. We'll give you this giant magazine full of all the comic books we have in stock.
I normally have physical copies of books, and this is one I didn't. So I think this is the first time I've actually read through online. I'm impressed the site has that on there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's
Penguin Cuckoos.
Yep.
So before you start your story, Tony, I will ask you, the original Robot Man, not Robot Man, the original Negative Man. Of course, we have Negative Woman in this story, but the original Negative Man, what is his secret identity?
I don't recall.
I'm probably going to get it wrong. Is his name Cliff?
No, that is Robot Man. Cliff Steele is Robot Man, so you're close.
Yeah.
But Larry Trainer.
Oh yeah, Larry Trainer.
Negative
Yeah,
Man.
Negative Man. Yeah, of course.
I'm not.
I
don't know much about the Doom Patrol, so it's a corner of DC I'm not too familiar with.
Let me tell you something about the Doom Patrol. So I've been digging the show, right? This past season was kind of slow for me, but it was still good. My mom was in town for a visit and wanted to watch it with us, and we had to watch the episode Sex Patrol. You know how awkward that was?
Yeah.
Watching Sex Patrol and my mom's in town. Yeah, but the show is
explains why in the chat she so readily accepts your Harley Quinn fetish.
Yeah, guys. No, never. But I feel like the show is underrated. It's moving a little slower than what I hoped it would. Season 1 and 2 were pretty on par. It's been slowing down a little bit. I didn't care for this last season, but that's whatever. Tim, do you want to throw up that story?
Yep.
I'll get mine up here. By the way, I love this Penguin ad for those little pies fruit pies or whatever. Hostess fruit pies.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
I literally thought I was sharing it again when I went past it. I'll go back up to it. Let's see the cover again. For those who care, which I hope is everyone watching. See the cover in case you see it in a dollar bin. There's the Penguin.
There's the Penguin advertisement for Hostess fruit pies. So we kick off here. I don't know if you guys
noticed, we went past a Wonder Woman earlier too. I was surprised Lasso didn't say something.
Yeah,
that was a good one. The Coco, whatever her name was, the actress whose image came to life to steal the Hostess fruit pies, and Steve Trevor.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I do want to shout out that Joe Stanton did a lot of the interiors and some covers on here. So he's an awesome guy. I got to meet him at Comic-Con. He signed a whole bunch of stuff for me. So it's nice to pay homage to him. Let me see. Yep, it kicks off here with that secret agent guy holding everybody at gunpoint, which makes sense. You want to hold a robot who's bulletproof at gunproof, or whatever.
That's
so
always a threat to a super team,
right? Turns out his name is the name's Cable. Funny man. Lieutenant Matthew Cable of the U.S. Intelligence Service. So different type of Cable, but a Cable nonetheless. He reveals who he is to the Doom Patrol. He actually shoots Robot Man, and obviously it doesn't go well. Just kind of bounces off, and Robot Man just kind of like disassembles his gun and then kind of ties him up to put him in a closet. I'm going to skip here just a little bit ahead to the Cossack. A villain is now here to take on the Doom Patrol, and he goes by the Cossack. Immediately right after that, there is an advertisement for an indoor BB gun range you can have in your house, which I thought was awesome.
The Batman just fought a villain called the Cossack in one of the books I reviewed.
Okay, maybe
Wonder
he's
if it's the
back.
same guy.
Yeah, very cool. But yeah, if you're interested in setting up an indoor shooting range in your living room, DC Comics is going to help you set that up. I'm sorry, that threw me way off when I was reading this. I've never seen that ad before. So yeah, the Cossack is here for Negative Woman, so he's going to take on the entire Doom Patrol. I don't know why, but for some reason, his sword can take out Negative Woman. Just stabs her right in the middle, and she's down for the count, which makes absolutely no sense. You have to forgive me. My throat's a little. I'm still in the recovery mode. Sorry, you can set up a BB gun shooting range in your living room. I don't know why that's so distracting to me, but it is. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they have this huge epic fight. Everyone gets involved. It gets really interesting to me when the Cossack jumps out of, a high-rise building. Let me skip here with all these ads. So the Doom Patrol runs to their Doomcopter, is what I'm going to call it, to get in. And there's one panel. I don't know where you are versus Ryan. Okay, so you keep scrolling down. There's one panel that right there. That's the one right there, where Robot Man says, let's boogie. You know what I mean? How could you not read that? In Brandon Fraser's voice, because that's something he would totally say. And it says his words are lost in the roar of the helicopter's jet engines. Like, that was pretty descriptive.
This guy's still locked in the closet.
Yep, this guy's still locked in the closet. Mr. Matthew Cable of the U.S. Intelligence Service is locked out of the closet. He does escape, but it's too late. The Doom Patrol takes off in their helicopters, followed by an ad for Sea Monkeys. These old ads. I love these old ads. I always have. Like, even if I never buy the book and I'm looking at this on my LCS, I always look at the ads. They crack me up.
Look at that, comic books for sale, 1940 to 76.
There was even one on here I found. It was advertising comics from the 1935. Comics in stock from 1935. Yeah, you can order yourself a bionic hand. I don't know what you're going to do with it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I like that.
Superman versus Wonder Woman.
Rudolph. More Wonder Woman.
A Linda Carter one. It's not just
Lord.
Wonder Woman. It's a thing about Linda Carter. But yeah, we come back here and the secret agent is approached by a mystery man with a gun, and they go for a tussle. But Agent Cable comes out and it comes out on top and takes the guy into custody. It looks like. Meanwhile, the Doom Patrol is chasing down the Cossack, and they. I like how Mr. Robot Man jumps onto the tail of this horse, and he's just holding on for dear life.
That's a heck of a horse.
That is a heck of a horse. Followed by some cool TV posters and a letter you can send to DC Comics. So yeah, the Doom Patrol finally catches up to Cossack, but Mr. Robot Man falls. But gosh, what is Celsius makes like a little ice ramp for Robot Man to land on. It's pretty cool. But actually rises, goes down, falls, hits the ramp, comes back up, punches the Pegasus horse, and puts it into a brief headlock into a panel. Man, you've got to have some strength.
This horse has Robot Man on his tail.
Way to channel your inner Stevie B and put a horse into a killer headlock.
We should have invited him on for this.
This is his episode.
Just had him review this book.
Yeah. That would have been funny. But yeah, they go crash into the earth. Robot Man and the Cossack get into this huge fight. Cossack gets the better of Robot Man for a brief second. He actually cuts his wrist with his super duper sword. Robot Man beats the snot out of him with a light post. but it turns out he is another robot because he gets melted a little bit by Tempest, revealing his inner workings and stuff like that. Followed by some more great ads, including this one for Doorway to Nightmare #1, which to this day still eludes me. It might as well be a first appearance of John Constantine right here, because I feel like it's either that one or Doorway to Nightmare I see all the time. Yeah, he Cossack goes down. They kind of analyze the body and the sword, and then they just kind of walk away, which I thought was pretty interesting. They're like, "Oh, we did it, you guys. We beat him. Let's just walk away, leave this killer robot in the middle of the street. They're not cordoned off the area, nothing, and they just leave."
The ghosts are everywhere. Ooh, the Answer Man. I love the Answer Man.
Yeah, the Answer Man is here.
How does Wonder Woman stop bullets with her bracelets? It's a skill practiced on Paradise Island. Sorry. Put the show on hold. I just want to breeze through this real quick.
No, that's okay.
I always read the Answer Man if it's in a comic book.
Yeah.
Always.
Me too. And I don't have this issue, so this is my chance.
Yeah, this is a good episode. Or good story to read.
Assuming there are still 35-cent comic books in the year 2000.
Listen, kid.
Yeah, good luck.
They drew the line at $2.99, and then they erased that line.
Yes.
They drew that line on the sand and stepped right over it.
Immediately stepped over it.
They whited out that line.
Yeah. Yep. They just whited out. I suddenly want an indoor BB race. Yes. Anybody else? Let's do it.
Oh, before we get to that, we do have mystery packs to open. We have book show and letting you know what's up on our channels. But before we do that, I'm not used to reading the whole story in one sitting. Let's go ahead and give our reviews. We'll just go clockwise and start with Ryan. What'd you think of this?
I haven't read this in a very long time. I own all 3 of these issues, and I've been wanting to reread it. I can kind of see how this second team didn't take off. They didn't engage me as much as the original team. And I really thought
too bland.
I really thought that they missed an opportunity in the issue that we just had that Tony reviewed to give Negative Woman's origin. How did she get the negative spirit? Did it have something to do with negative? I mean, what's the connection there? And that's what I thought we were going to get in that issue. And I thought that was a missed opportunity. They flow through a lot of stuff really fast in these 3 issues.
Yeah, and it caught me off guard on that first issue.
Yeah. And this team lasted, I mean, time-wise, this team lasted another 7-8 years in this incarnation, although they didn't make that many appearances. Like, they're in a DC Comics Presents, and I think they're in a couple issues of Supergirl, teaming up with her, but I can kind of see why this team just didn't the public didn't formate, or didn't gravitate to them. I mean, in a score of 1 to 5, I'm going to give it a 3 because the artwork was on point, especially that page that I reviewed where there wasn't a single word balloon and you could tell what everyone was feeling and everything that was going on. That's good artwork. The artwork was better than the story was. So 3.
I agree.
All right, so what do you think, Tony?
I think a 3 is pretty good. I'm gonna say 3.5. Just because it's Joe Stanton. I really like Joe Stanton.
Me too.
Great artist. That real down to earth guy. So I'm gonna say 3.5. Story, I agree, was kind of all over the place. But then again, we were coming in right at the end with 94, 95, and 96. So maybe we missed something there. Who knows? But yeah, solid 3.5 out of 5. For sure.
Yeah, I think that's what I would give it, is 3.5. Maybe just because I'm a DC nerd, I'm interested in new characters. I thought of the 3 new ones, only Celsius wasn't interesting because it's just having fire and ice ain't that big a deal. Like, there's too many characters in DC alone with that ability. But I was interested in Phantom Lady and Tempest, so it's,
Negative Woman.
yeah, I'm sorry. I just keep wanting to say Phantom because I'm so used to Phantom Woman. Yeah, Negative Woman. But I mean, I like the story, and it did what it was supposed to in introducing some characters like Cable, because that's what Showcase would do. Is if they got positive reviews, they'd get their own book, So they gave you wanting to know a little bit more. So it did its job right in Showcase.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a neat
So
story.
another
Yeah.
Doom Patrol trivia question for you. What is the name of the banded together group of villains that are the Doom Patrol's arch nemesis? When they're all together, they have a name. This group.
Brotherhood of Evil. Brotherhood of Evil.
Yep, Brotherhood of Evil. Good job.
Okay. I was thinking that, and I'm like, no, that's a Titans villain. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here at the end, we have we're each going to open up a mystery pack. If you have it, I would say go ahead and show your book show after, and then let us know what's going on your channel, and we'll just do that one at a time. Same way. If you're ready, Ryan, we'll go.
I do want to bring
halfway.
something up. I have a question. Maybe you guys can answer this. So
Sure.
if you look at the back of your mystery pack, you see the barcode?
Yeah.
Some of them, like the ones that I have, some of them are all the same barcode, like a comic book barcode. They have the number 1111. Some of them are 4s, some of them are 6s, but the majority of them are all 11111. So what's the difference?
I don't know.
Curious.
No idea. Alrighty, Ryan. I'll throw you up.
Okay, so do you want me to open my packs first?
Yeah,
Go
do
for it.
Pax Book Show channel. That way we knock it all out at once.
All right. So I'm going to open both packs, but I'm going to start with this pack first. And the reason that I chose this pack was twofold. So number one, from what I understand, this book right here, which is the Batman Long Halloween special, this is the same book that they were giving out at AMC theaters and at IMAX when the new Batman movie showed.
For the mystery pack I've been trying to hunt down.
And when I looked at it, sometimes you can look on the side, and if you got a square bound book in there, you can see what the book is. I looked at two different packs that had this book in front. One of them had a 3 Jokers inside, which I already have the 3 Jokers, so I decided to go with this other pack. So I know not only am I going to get this Long Halloween special issue, but I'm going to get the regular Long Halloween as well, or at least an issue out of that in here. So now, Tim, if I'm remembering correct, you opened up some packs in your channel a few days ago.
I think I got the 3 Jokers one.
That's
what
what
I got a 3 Jokers.
So here we go. Book number 1, and I'm not looking, is what we knew I was going to get. It's the special that they also gave out, as I said, in the theaters. Book number 2. Oh, this is an oldie. Batman 92. This was in a lot of their really old packs.
Yeah, I had Batman's in, I think, like 116 and 119 for people watching to tell how much older that is. Yeah, wow.
This surprised me to see that this is still floating around in these packs. Okay.
Maybe
I got a feeling this is going to be an all Batman pack.
Maybe they fudged the sales numbers a little bit on that one.
I was just thinking that. Do they count some of these pack sales as
Oh, how I wish Fu was here right now.
I think only 3 people in the world have ever said that.
Book number 3, Justice League Incarnate.
Oh,
number
wow.
1, and who is that up there? Captain Carrot.
Man, I would like to have got that one. That's cool.
Have you not been? That's an awesome story. If you guys have not been reading that story, that is awesome. They gather heroes from all the different Earths and make them into one Justice League, and they just go around kicking ass.
You see the formation of it at the end of whatever, I forget the name, the event they did at the beginning of this. You guys remember what I'm talking about? Darkseid.
Yeah.
And then the Batman the Long Halloween special, which I could see by the
I think you got a different
format.
You got a different cover than me on that.
Oh, really?
Now, let me make you small real quick to show. The second Long Halloween I got is the egg This cover.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And I bought that cover in I think a $1 bin, $5 bin at STL. So I have all 3 covers now.
Huh.
Yeah. So we got different covers out of that pack. But you got the other pack than me, though. You got the second pack.
What surprised me the most probably was that Batman 92, because like I said, those were in a lot of the packs, not just the last wave, but I mean several waves ago. And here's the poster, by the way, on the backpacks of the new packs are Justice League. So
this next one will be interesting.
This pack
and I both have this cover or this pack tonight.
Okay, so we're going to see if you and I get the same thing.
Yeah.
So I picked this one. They had 2 different ones, and I could tell that were Superman Son of Kal-El, but I could tell that they were different packs when I looked at the sides of them. And I don't know why. Oh, I do know why I picked this pack. There was one book in there that seemed to have like a white. You could tell the cover.
Is your second book down look white and blue?
I think so.
Yeah, so does mine.
And that's why I got it. And then after I bought it, I thought, oh, I hope it's not another one of those Dark Knights of Steel #2, because in the last wave, that book was in every pack. I swear. But I got something that's in a bag. Anyway, book number 1 is this Superman Son of Kal-El #6. Getting to the second book, I've got it upside down. So, okay, this is the one that's in a bag.
Oh, Fortnite.
Nice.
Yeah, Batman Fortnite. Okay.
Which issue?
We might have different packs.
Issue 1.
Ooh, is it the first print? That one's going for a pretty penny.
Is it? I don't know if it's first print or not. I'll have to look. And third book. What is it?
Ooh.
Well, that's
Lois
different.
Lane 10. That's a cool cover.
Is that a variant? Because didn't
I don't think so, because it's in the normal. You know how the variant covers have like the cardstock covers?
Oh, okay.
This isn't. This is like the normal cover, paper quality.
Because I know some of her covers, I think in the middle to later on in the series, are decent priced.
And my last one.
Oh, that's a good series.
Oh, the Future State Superman versus Imperious Lex.
I knew that this the best Future State series, in my opinion.
I thought the Justice League one was pretty good, but I'll tell you what's pretty awesome about this book right here that you haven't seen yet.
So of course Ryan likes it.
Oh yeah.
So those were. I'll have to do some investigation on that Fortnite, but those 2 were my 2 unboxings of my Walmart packs. Now I'm going to do my book show. I showed this recently on my YouTube channel. The price, I wasn't purposely looking to get a book like this into my collection, but sometimes you find a book and the price is too good to pass up. So it's a Justice League #3.
Wow.
Volume 1, #3, first appearance of Kanjar-Roo.
Oof. How'd you come across that thing?
I was just searching for it and I found it on a website and I couldn't believe how good the price was. I started price checking this thing. This book, when you find it, usually has a detached cover or it's coverless for going for more money than this one was, or it has tape all over it that's all yellowed. There's a tiny piece of tape on the back cover that yellowed a little bit, but I didn't care.
What'd you say that website was?
Yeah, that displays really well. Is it black market? Blink your eyes twice if yes.
But I'm so happy to have this in my collection.
Awesome pickup, man.
I was not looking for a single digit Justice League, although I'm trying to work on my Justice League run. But like I said, I found it and I knew I would never find this book for this good of a price-wise steal, this good of a bargain. So I snatched this up. So come check out my YouTube channel. Let me tell you what's going on with that. I've got another back issue of the week. This month we've been celebrating Women's History Month, and it's a DC female featured in tomorrow's back issue of the week. So check that out. On Tuesday, I'm dropping a video called My quest to get a JLA Avengers, did I succeed?
Did you succeed?
You're going to have to watch to find out. I'll tell you, I tried. For sure, I tried. The question is, did I succeed? So I'm going to show that with some other back issues that have recently been added to my collection as well. I hit 600 subscribers within this past week too, so that was pretty awesome. Thanks to everyone for their support, and just excited about the future. And
that's that Fanboys momentum right there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what's in your guys' Walmart packs. So that's what's going on with me.
Before we go to Tony, I just want to say, I think that Justice League is really cool, and that's another like classic JLA villain that doesn't get love anymore. I mean, he was like
first appearance.
Yeah, classic JLA right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool. I'm gonna do 2 packs as well. My first pack is going to be the King Shark. Only because actually was gonna open this anyway, because Tim Seeley, the writer for this, is going to be at a local convention, so I need him to sign it. So obviously we have King Shark, issue 1 up front. So let me put that here, and I'm going to set it off to the side. Let me switch my cool screens here. So there's our first one. Our next one is Nightwing 83. I actually have that exact cover.
Such a cool cover.
That's a great cover.
Oh, wow. This is a nice one. I'm pretty impressed with this one. Although I didn't pick it up, but now that I have, this is actually issue 0. I Am Batman.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
I haven't
and
seen
as the cardstock variant. That's pretty dope. And another pretty big cardstock variant that I did not pick up. And that is Hardware Season 1, Issue 1, right? Yeah. Right?
Very cool.
Yeah. That's 2 big variants right out of that one. So we're going to go ahead and immediately jump into pack 2 with the Nubia cover on it. So let us begin. Let me take these bad guys down. Okay, so let me open this a little bit more. We know we got Nubia, which is cool. So there's Nubia. We know now, I have this one too. Issue 2. Oh, wow. This next one is, I don't know what this, okay. Hold on. I need to make sure this is real. Okay, it is. It is. I'm not a fan of this run, but I know a lot of people are. The Conjuring.
Oh, wow.
From DC Horror. DC.
I haven't seen that in like anyone else's. Yeah. I watch a lot of these unboxing packs.
Yeah,
I haven't either.
So that's pretty dope. And next I have, it took me a minute to figure out because I thought this was a different issue, but alas, it is not. Nice House on the Lake, issue 4.
Nice.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I've got a lot more of these packs. I mean, I could be here all day opening packs. I mean, what? We opened 2, and I've got all these plus that whole box over there.
Yeah, so you opened 2 from 2 different runs too.
Yeah, and I did, and I still have a whole nother Justice League thing, and I've got some Amazon runs. So
nice,
cool.
We are all set. But in terms of book show, I put them somewhere right here. Since Joe Stanton was pretty heavy in tonight's story, I thought I'd show him a little bit of love here. So we have Green Lantern 150th anniversary issue, signed by Joe Stanton. And I have a Green Lantern Corps, Tales of the Green Lantern Corps. I'm sorry, number 1. A little tough to see, but got his signature right here. And this is the first appearance of someone, and for the life of me, I can't remember who. Hopefully,
I think number 2 is the first appearance of Necron.
Yeah, right. I think number 2 is. I forget.
Almost all of them are first appearances, because isn't that where they just tell random tales of lanterns?
Yep, I'm sure
Wait,
Comic Fu
yeah.
knows who this is. First appearance, and for my next book and last book, I have Tales of the Green Lantern Corps #1, also signed by Joe Stanton. And I just love this one because he wrote on his freaking forehead.
Yeah. It stands out.
It does. It stands out. It stands out. As for content coming up on my channel, as you can tell, my voice and throat are still shot from this. We'll call it the chicken incident. I'm still on the healing end, and it's something it's going to get worse before it gets better because I got to go in and get another operation done towards the end of April. So
Oh,
I guess I'll
man.
just sound like my old drill sergeant, I guess, or just scream at people all day forever. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of shorts. I'm really not going to do any content that requires a lot of voice because I'll just sound absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, a lot of shorts. I'm going to try to knock some shorts out probably Monday through Friday, like I have been. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves the content that I put out, and they get like 1,000 views. And then sometimes I put my last short had 6 views in 6 days. Like,
A quick question: Does your throat affect you at the costume competitions? Like, can you still do the Harley voice, or is that
no, what I do is I have it's like a Darth Vader chess piece, and I can press buttons. You know what I mean?
okay? All right. Well, if only Dave was here. As soon as I said that, I would have popped Tony on the pole. Hey,
Okay, first Arisa rap.
is that a Arisa or a different Arisa?
I don't know.
The Arisa?
Hey Tim,
cool.
before you start, I did look on this too. This is a third printing for the Batman Fortnite.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Yep.
I got a bunch of them, but I mean, when I put them in my CLZ, I would have seen what they were.
Yeah.
Dave has a request for you, Tony.
Let's hear it. Absolutely not.
I think I did a pretty good Harley impression on my videos, but that's just me.
Your guys'
I
ship
nailed
for
it.
that has sailed. I said we could do it if we raise enough money in a GoFundMe to donate to charity. Nobody set that up.
Actually, you said something a little different, and I want this to go on the record. You said if there's enough money, you can go F me.
What?
And then you told us off and said it's never going to happen.
Both are probably true. True. Yeah, I'm so confident that it'll never happen, so it's okay. It's okay.
I'll be quick because I just have one. I, of course, I did a video on my channel this week where I opened 7 of these. This was the only one at my Walmart I didn't buy, and it was still sitting there when I went back. I don't know, Mike. It didn't when I was using it a lot. So let's jump into it. I know CLZ's had a ton of updates, so it might now. There we go. All right. So we, of course, have Superman, Son of Kal-El 6. Up next.
Ooh, it's different.
Let's put these down without looking. I see it's Red Hood on the cover, which I really enjoy. So this is Task Force Z, exclusive Rodolfo Migliari team variants.
No way. What issue is that? Number 1? Oh, you lucky.
So this is the second exclusive I've got, and it begs the question:
Come on.
How could exclusives be on a Walmart pack? But that's a debate for another day.
That is an awesome cover. I'm actually jealous of that one.
I love it. I'm a huge Red Hood guy. Up next, we have Joker Puzzle Box issue 1. Very cool.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I haven't either.
I was enjoying this series when I quit buying comics. I think I was up to 2 or 3.
I was enjoying this series, and I just stopped buying them.
It was just too expensive buying new books, but this has like all of Batman's villains in it, so it's pretty cool.
That is pretty neat.
And last up, it feels like a cardstock variant. And this is Icon and Rocket Season 1, Book 4. which is
Huh.
cool because I was buying some of the milestone stuff too. So it's always good to get a milestone book.
That's awesome,
So,
dude.
if this was a Mystery Man, I think I would have won with this one.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And like Red Hood's my big goal this year too. So
Yeah, that's an in my opinion, it's an underrated story right now. That definitely needs more attention.
and for my book show, something out of left field, I showed a used bookstore find on my Instagram. It was a Mad Magazine book. Oh, cool. Let's check on the chat. And I'm a huge fan of Mad Magazine, especially Sergio Arones, who has done work at DC. And I know Dave has some of these. I have a couple of this issues. This is a trade. I found the collected Fanboy by Sergio
awesome.
Arones. It is a DC book. And of course, our show's Fanboys. But I know there's a Green Lantern one I think Dave has. I know I have that Batman one.
I have the Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I mean, you see these issues randomly. I wonder how big the print run is. I think they should probably be worth more than they are because they're not easy to come across these individual issues.
That's awesome.
And on my channel, real quick to wrap it up, I did a mystery pack this week. I did a Journey into Legends. And on the coming week, at some point, I will have a haul. Some stuff's coming in the mail, and I will have another Journey into Legends. Comic Foo's taking a brief hiatus. When he does come back, the show should be on his channel, but I believe this coming week, Ryan is next on the rotation. So, like I said at the beginning of the show, if you are new here, if you're not subbed to everyone on this panel, including the Comic Foo I mentioned right here, go into my description, sub us all up. We all have great channels, and the show rotates on our channel. So you want to be subbed to all of us if you love DC Comics and this show. I think that's it, gentlemen. A good show, and we were almost right on time. For
Yeah,
an
that's a
hour. We try to
rarity.
keep this at an hour, so yeah.
Hasn't happened in a hot while for sure.
And real quick before we go, thank you for everyone I saw in the chat. And if you watch this live on replay, thank you as well. I hope you sub everybody up. And we'll see you next week on the Magic Lasso channel.
It's gonna be magical.